We're here at Sony Music Studios to record the Music Count Us In song for 2019. In the lead up to today, we've prepared not too much because we don't want it to be too prescriptive before we get to the day, so that the song has a chance to find its own feet and the students have a chance with their mentors to find their own specific parts of the song. So the song is sort of written, but the decisions haven't been made yet.
Yeah.
What's the bass part? What's the drum part? What's the structure? So the song this year really lent itself to a contemporary sort of flavour. The voices are very contemporary sounding. The parts that the musicians have come up with are very contemporary sounding. So that's kind of the thinking behind the production for this year. First step is to get the bass and drums. We'll often put bass and drums down together just to get a guide so that we can hear what the structure of the song is.
This year the song was a little different in as much as John was trying to go for a more contemporary pop sound. We did some interesting things like playing the drum kit part without playing hi-hats. So we just played bass drum and snare drum. And as a result, the percussion part, you know, if you took it in isolation, is not particularly interesting.
This is my first time doing a studio live recording sort of thing, so it was definitely good to see the different kind of world that it is compared to my usual world of just like playing live, so it was really great, good experience.
George's main focus is on being a jazz drummer. It's almost the reverse of when I was his age, because bands played loud in those days, and as a result the drummers, the Australian rock drummers, had to develop a lot of power. And you know, I sat down and showed him how I would have approached it. And he definitely took it on board.
Playing that kind of music is a big thing, and just playing recording in general is a big thing, so I was totally open to playing whatever he suggested, because otherwise I'd be completely lost.
My role is to basically make Ken feel comfortable and to offer him professional guidance and to mentor him through the whole process.
I love playing the bass because whatever you play, it will affect ultimately the whole band. Probably the biggest challenge is adapting to the style, because I'm trained jazz musician, and learning and taking in the important lesson that less is more.
You kind of know your part now, just be confident and just make sure you get that nice.
So when recording with the drums and bass together, it's really good because you can almost bounce off each other and you can make line of sight, and then you can keep the groove nice and tight together, and then you can base the rhythms around it.
Johan on guitar, along with Rex Go, his mentor, started with acoustic guitars.
I was really stoked about having the opportunity to work with Rex Go, you know. He doesn't work with massive artists for no reason, so he's got lots of experience and stuff so that he can teach me, and he did teach me about quite a lot of stuff.
He learned a lot. I give him a few tips here and there. I give him a couple of new parts to play, and I think it worked out really well.
Once Rex and Johan were happy with that, we moved on to the electric guitars, and that really brought the song to life.
The most important thing I got from today was about the mindset, that it can really make or break like a session, because it's like different to rock or jazz or any of that stuff.
Owen on the keyboard was able to come up with a broad range of sounds, which again add more texture and body to the song.
In this song, the keys, I think, is a fairly integral part. A lot of kind of a pad, just a background layer to keep the harmony going. And there's a few little hooky things that come in every once in a while, which really help the song move along.
Yeah, great.
I thought it might be a bit tense. It's really not. It's just a bunch of musicians playing music, and yeah, recording a song.
There's a very specific colour that we wanted vocally, and we were absolutely delighted to find that in Arlo's voice and in Roz's voice.
From being a backing vocalist from last year to being able to be a lead singer got me really stoked, so yeah, I'm really happy with that.
There's just something really magical about getting into a recording studio and just getting to sing and do what you love.
Just remember, stop and listen to the music.
I'm here to mentor the singers, Arlo and Roz, helping them to unify their parts, for instance, when they're singing a unison chorus, or it might be how to approach what they're singing as a soloist energetically, little details that are going to communicate the overall emotion of the piece. Just be careful with your O's that they don't become too closed.
Yeah.
Hey-oh, hey-oh.
Hey-oh!
Yeah.
It was so good to have Virna in the studio with me. I'd do a take and then she'd say, "I'll try this, put your head down a bit." And also to keep my voice kind of safe if I'm pushing for a note.
To lift our spirits high.
I'm quite a bluesy singer, which means I sit in my lower register, so just pushing my vocal range was a challenge, but it was also really good to broaden horizons on what I can do.
Just remember.
The songwriting was quite deep. It was a really, really well-written song, and I used to listen to heaps of pop, and it's kind of fun to, like a dance tune.
Go to space, we're astronauts. Fireworks about to burst. We light up the universe like la da da da. You're not alone, you're not alone. Just let the music take you home. You're not alone, you're not alone. Just let the music take you home. You're not alone, you're not alone. Just let the music take you home. You're not alone, you're not alone. Just let the music take you home.